race even more than we are, Ben, is very pleasant because he is in the passenger seat of our modified ride car, and Bob Potter will be showing him right now the time of his life. So it'll be very pleasant. You see him at the rear of the field, and it is showtime for Barry.
It appears that Rowan Pennick had a problem in qualifying, so he's just taking a couple of hot laps to try to get that problem solved. Green flag is out. Wesley Prucker stands on the throttle, pulls away just a bit from Jay Goff, but they're side-by-side racing for third, and David Arute has moved into the third spot, but right there with him and making some noise in the upper groove as they come rumbling back to the line mat. It's the number 2 car of Joseph Brown.
So the Jersey Juggernaut is trying to make his way through the field. Jay Goff was also on the outside trying to get the lead away from Wesley Prucker. The one thing about Wesley, he has straightaway speed.
As they rumble off turn number 4 and work their way back to the line, it is still a dogfight battle up front in the competition among the top 5 cars. Membrino starts to work over David Arute for the third spot. Black number 44 goes high, then goes low, then goes high again. Membrino making some noise in the upper groove. Trouble now.
And it's and he gets clobbered.
Oh boy. Hit at a ton.
Wizzy Lauco got hammered by, it looked like Dulac, in car number 12, as he was annihilated.
The Wizzy Alco machine just kind of snapped around.
And unfortunately, right now, it looks like they might have a lot more to worry about than just the motor.
So, 2 cars on the back of the hook, 2 laps in an event of 22 circuit, a lot of 2s there. Let's see what's going to happen as car 22 leads the event.
Very good. So will the deuces be wild for Wesley Prucker in this 22-lap feature? We will find out what kind of getaway is he going to be able to get. As they come flying down the front straightaway, it is Prucker with the edge over the Goffster, Jay Goff.
Prucker does a fine job of setting the pace. All of a sudden, David Arute tries to make the move down underneath Goff. Goff pulls away, shakes him off like a dog who has fleas, and then all of a sudden, it's the 44 of Membrino. High, wide, and handsome off turn number 4.
Yeah, he has some giddy up on the outside, making contact with the roof. The tires came together, and Membrino is able to climb into the top 3, but David Arute is fighting back.
While that's been happening, Daniel Wesson looks like he was shot out of that gun. All of a sudden,
car going around.
It's the 2, Joseph Graff. Back end just snapped around, and we are back to caution. 4 of 22 laps.
Way to enjoy the competition as you work hard during the week, and it's time to relax tonight. At the Speed Bowl, 2 guys at the Stafford Motor Speedway, 2 guys who didn't relax were Membrino and Arute. As they got together, you saw their wheels touch, but it was just like a passing thing. No serious damage for anybody.
Kind of like bumper cars in a game in a carnival ride as the rubber bumpers came together. In this case, they were rubber tires that made contact with each other. No harm, no foul. Off turn number 4, get ready, it's showtime. All over again, here's the green, and Prucker still with the advantage to the bottom of turn number 1.
But he got a helping hand from Membrino to get him out.
Here comes Daniel Wesson. He is flying. That's a fresh engine in that car, and it shows the freshness, as the commercials say. As now Daniel Wesson pulls to the inside of Goff. Marino is there, and Vinny Anglais has come from the parking lot to contend among the top 7 cars.
Vinny Anglais has not had any luck go his way this year, but he is in the neighborhood right behind David Arute in car number 75. Marino having a good run in car number 87. He is on the bottom right behind Daniel Wesson.
So Goff continues to guard the 3rd spot, but the heat is on, and here comes Membrino. From the outside to the inside, he made it look so easy. In days of old, that would have been a Ronnie Bouchard, Wassa Wassa Kid move down in turn 3. Is now Membrino back in command. That's where he's been pretty much all season long, but Prucker isn't giving up.
Yeah, Prucker has inside position in car number 22. So as they helter-skelter their way off the corner, it is Membrino. He is trying to rabble-rouse his way into the lead, and he is able to clear the number 22 car. A man to keep an eye on, and we know what a finishing kick he has, is Daniel Wesson. Trouble for Inglis as he is on the grass.
And also down there is the number 1 machine involved, and that is Ryan Charland. He fires it back up, and they both move on to the racetrack. That means we are going to still stay under green. But down the back straightaway, and Glace and Charland, and look at Daniel Wesson. He does a little stutter step and tries to get down underneath Prucker.
We have a problem in turn number 3, getting bogged down with Charland, and there was nowhere to go for the 95 of Glace. So those two cars, a little bit of a bottleneck at the front. Power move. Daniel Wesson trying to get underneath Prucker.
Wesson has a powerhouse beneath the hood of that car, pulls to the inside of Prucker, shakes him off, and now Daniel Wesson is up to second. Here comes Joey Farino. He's got points on his mind with that number 87 car, as Membrino can almost feel the heat, and it's coming from the rifle being shot by Daniel Wesson, and Membrino is the target.
Yeah, the man who is M16ing his way through the field is Daniel Wesson. So he is approaching the back bumper with the Tony Membrino car, but approaching the back bumper is one thing. To get by the 44 is something that not many drivers have been able to do this year at any track in the state. A good effort by Farino. Let's see if he can catch up to that number 07 of Goff.
Well, there's no question. 12 circuits are now complete. 10 circuits remaining. Leader still remains Membrino. All over him continues to be Daniel Wesson. Bottom shot move. Wesson goes to the inside. He's got enough horsepower there to be able to pull that off. These are momentum race cars, but Membrino knows he's there, and he's not going to give him any extra momentum to get alongside.
While the tug-of-war continues between Membrino and Wesson, we have to give a shout-out to Fred Neese. He is running 7th, one of his best outings of the season.
Sure is, and up front among the top 4, Goff is trying to shake off Farino. Trucker's still on the podium. A good run still in the 3rd spot. 14 laps of 22. The story of this, the point leader and a 2-time winner, battling for the same airspace on the racetrack, and that is position number 1. It's more than bragging rights. If you can beat the winningest driver in the SK Lights in the state of Connecticut, you're doing something, and Wesson is trying to do just that.
And he has extra time. Remember, we have 22 laps, so that could be an advantage for Wesson. That time, he tried to fling that car underneath Membrino. Wasn't successful. Turn number 3 is, it could be where he makes it happen, but once again, Membrino just has too much authority.
Sure does. He's running right at his tire tracks, Matt. As they come off the turn, Membrino's car pushes up just a little bit on exit of turn 4. That gives Daniel Wesson the opportunity. This time, when they come back to the stripe, 5 circuits to go. It's not over with yet. Wesson is right there, and Membrino. Now, here's the point we talk about. That's where Membrino's car slips up just a bit, and that has previously given Wesson a shot to look at the inside, but not make the transition.
It took Joey Farino a handful of laps to get underneath Jay Goff, but he was able to do it. Now David Arud is trying to do the identical maneuver, trying to excavate his way underneath Goff.
Off the turn, Wesson finally gets down underneath Membrino. Down into turn number 1, side by side and wheel to wheel. Wesson steps on the gas. Plenty of giddy up there. Membrino fights back. Daniel Wesson, second leader. We've got trouble. Directly in front of the leaders, Carlos Gray.
Spins like a top 3 car. We would have been right up on the podium tonight.
Yeah, Bob still got it, that's for sure.
I'd like to thank Mark Root, Stafford Speedway, Bob Potter, my cousin Mark Midford, and my girlfriend.
There he is. By the way, Barry, where are you from?
Coventry.
Coventry, Connecticut. Very pleasant. He'll go in the Napa 2-seater today, and what a run it was for him. As get your ticket to ride the Napa 2-seater with Bob Potter.
We have a ticket to ride up at the front. big restart between Membrino and Wesson.
Here they come. Down into turn one. Membrino with a slight advantage. Here comes Trucker. We almost counted him out. Here comes Wesson to the outside. Wesson with a power move. Puts the car to the outside of Membrino. Off the turn. Membrino's Achilles heel part of the racetrack. Drifts up again. Wesson still takes it in deep. Matt Membrino is still holding on. But will he be able to do it now? The crossover.
And Wesson gets even, heading into turn number 3. Could be a photo finish. Now Wesson is able to pull away from Membrino. Membrino has to worry about Joey Farino. One more lap to go. Wesson looking for his second win of the season.
There's no question about it. Wesson pulled off the power play, the crossover, took the lead down the back straightaway. Membrino deep into turn number 3. Final time. They come off turn number 4. Daniel Wesson secures his third victory. As they come to the line, it's Wesson to take down the win. Tony Membrino to finish in second. Joey Farino.
As he climbs out of the car, we are going to go down to Napa Victory Lane and check in with the gunner, John Gates.
Okay, a lot of congratulations here for Daniel Wesson, man. Lap 20, I'll tell you what, the bullet was flying tonight, man. Congratulations. You get around Tony Membrino. How'd you do that?
I was patient. I was waiting for every moment, waiting for him to waiting for him to make a mistake, and he slipped up a little bit, and I got by him.
Daniel, the 92 was flying tonight. It was fun to watch. How was it to drive?
It was perfect. We struggled a little bit in the first practice, but we got it spot on in the second practice, thanks to my dad and BB and all my crew members.
I know you got a lot of good sponsors on this ride. Who are they?
Smith's Auto Body, Sarek Fabrication, Hams Welding, Trackside Motors, Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair, Waddell, TA Racing Engines for the Great Power, Patriot Coating, Sullivan Landscaping, Monaco Ford, Competitive Edge Coatings. Everyone does a lot in this race car. It really means a lot.
There he is, folks, one of the rising stars. Daniel Wesson puts the number 92 car into victory lane in the SK Light Modified main event, and what a main event it was. Let's go talk to our next two finishers with John Delfino.
Thanks, John. I'm here with Tony Membrino. Tony, I saw you in the gas station last week after the rain out. You weren't too happy. You come out here, you had a great race with Dan Wesson. What worked for you tonight?
Well, not much really worked. We didn't have the drive that I needed to. I kind of wish we raced earlier in the day, but that was a rough race to say the least. The old windshield wiper effect. But you know what? It's tough racing, and I'm glad everyone made it out in one piece. No one got cleaned out, and keep some things in the memory bank, and we'll go have some more fun in the future. I just got to thank my dad and everybody on the TMR team hooking up this Raceworks chassis, TA engines, and Magnus transmission combination, putting it on the podium again. I got to thank my sponsors for everything they do. Additive Manufacturing New England, CWPN, Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair, Neely's Banquet and Catering, Mohawk Northeast, Duraflex Race Bodies, 124 Welding, everybody that helps out in this team. I really appreciate the support, and it's a good way to wrap up the first half of the season with good hard racing for the fans, and I hope they enjoyed it. Got to thank them for coming out, despite the seemingly bad weather on the way, but glad you're all here. Hopefully you'll enjoy those mixed cocktails up there.